15, 30, 40. Game. If you've ever watched tennis and thought, the scoring makes absolutely no sense, you're not alone. It's one of the weirdest scoring systems in all of sports. And the real reason it exists might surprise you. Tennis scoring dates all the way back to medieval France, where the game was called jeu de paume, meaning game of the palm. Players used their bare hands before rackets were even invented. And the scoring system they created back then is basically the same one we still use today, hundreds of years later. The most popular theory involves a clock face. Picture a clock on the court. The first point moves the hand to the 15-minute mark. The second point moves it to 30. The third point moves it to 45. And the fourth point would bring it all the way around to 60, completing the full hour and winning the game. But wait, you're probably thinking, if the clock theory is correct, shouldn't the third point be 45, not 40? And you'd be absolutely right. The original scoring was indeed 15, 30, and 45. So why did 45 become 40? The answer is surprisingly simple. In Old French, 45 was quarante cinq. That's a lot of syllables to shout across a tennis court. Over time, players shortened it to quarante, meaning simply 40. It was faster, easier to call out, and everyone understood what it meant. Efficiency won over precision. Then there's deuce. When both players reach 40, the score is called deuce instead of 40 all. The word comes from the French word deux, meaning two. It signals that both players are tied and that one of them needs to score 2 consecutive points to win the game. 1 point to get the advantage, and another to close it out. The advantage system is what makes deuce so brutal. If you win 1 point at deuce, you get the advantage. But if you lose the next point, the score goes right back to deuce again. In theory, a single game could go on forever. And sometimes, it practically does. In fact, one of the longest single games in professional tennis lasted an incredible 32 deuces before someone finally won it. That's 32 times the players tied at 40. And 32 times one of them failed to convert the advantage. Imagine the mental torture of being that close to winning, over and over again, and failing every single time. And then there's love. 0 points in tennis is called love. Not nil, not 0, not nothing. Love. There are 2 main theories about this. The first says it comes from the French word l'œuf, meaning the egg, because a 0 looks like an egg. The second theory says it represents playing for the love of the game, not for money or points. Now you might be wondering why tennis has never modernized its scoring. Almost every other sport has simplified its rules over the years. Basketball added the shot clock. Football added overtime. But tennis refuses to change. And honestly, that stubbornness is part of the sport's identity. The weird scoring is what makes tennis. Tennis. Think about it. The scoring system creates incredible drama. A single game at deuce can swing back and forth 5 or 6 times. A match that seems completely over can suddenly reverse because of the advantage system. Every single point matters in a way that regular counting just wouldn't allow. The weirdness is the magic. So the next time someone tells you tennis scoring is stupid, tell them this. A medieval French clock, a shortened word for efficiency, and the concept of playing for love, all combined into one system that has survived for over 600 years. You can't make this stuff up. And honestly, you shouldn't want to.